Hello, my name is Karen Kimsey. My project is called Returning to School After the Age of 50, and this is for my TJP1 Task 2. It's a close subject to me because in August of 2012 I was laid off from a job that I had been at for over 17 years. I was a legal assistant. And so when I was let go, I took it as an opportunity to think about what I really wanted to do and if I wanted to continue on in that career. As I go through and explain some of the tips of returning back to school and what you will need to have for yourself to be able to go back to school, I will explain how some of this has worked for me too. Lita Epstein of More Magazine has said that there's 5 reasons women return to college. Number 1 is to feel that they are contributing positively. Number 2 is to find a job in a growing field with a better chance of growth. Number 3 is to have a higher level of control or freedom. Number 4 is to find a job that is more appropriate for their age. And number 5 is to find a more flexible schedule. These are all actually very important reasons why I went back to school because of the time in my life and the things that I'm looking forward to as I'm getting older but still need to have that career. Today I will give you some tips on how to look for different colleges, what the different colleges offer, and to also give you some tips on how to prepare yourself and be ready to do this. So where do you begin? Start out by researching on the internet. The internet has a lot of really good information. There's many websites that will give you information on colleges and career changes and help you out with all that. And there's a lot on women and or even men returning after the age of 50. I was really surprised. Lita Epstein of More Magazine, again, has listed 10 careers for women over the age of 50. Number 1 is Community Service Coordinator Manager. Number 2 is Personal Financial Advisor or Financial Planner. Number 3 is Environmental Scientist. Number 4 is Registered Nurse. Number 5 is Computer and Information Systems Manager. Number 6 is Education Administrator. Number 7 is Strategic Crisis and Communication Professional. Number 8 is Accounting. That is what I'm going back for. Number 9 is Human Resources and Specialist. And number 10 is Small Scale Niche Farming. You can also, in order to figure out what you want to do as far as school goes, is meet with a career counselor. A lot of the colleges have them. You can call them and schedule an appointment. You can do it by telephone, and you can also contact them by email. They're all very flexible, and they're all really great to work with. So let's talk about how to choose a college and what the different institutions offer. Research your colleges online. There's plenty of them. There's lots of different websites and everything that you can look at. One of the websites that I looked at when I was first thinking about going back to school was the AACC. That's the American Association of Community Colleges. But then I decided I wanted to get my bachelor's degree, and so I also looked on collegeboard.com. The different types of campuses, one of them is, or the different types of colleges, one is a campus type college. That would be one that you would, it's more regimented, you've got to show up in class, you have to be there in order to get your grade. Some of them do have the flexibility of being able to do it online or to also show up in class, and they usually combine the two. Community colleges like Olympic College, they offer AA degrees, those are Associate of Arts degrees. And every community college has their different degree programs, and so you would just have to contact those colleges to find out if one is suitable for what you're looking for. Another type is the University of Washington, university colleges. University of Washington is one of them, and those usually offer your bachelor's, your master's, and your doctorates. And then I obviously am using colleges that are close to me and or colleges that I've been to. Online schools like WGU of Washington have more flexibility. They are more convenient because you're doing them at your time, on your computer, in your home, or wherever you're at if you have that accessibility. They tend to be a little bit more budget friendly, but you do have to have that discipline to show up to your computer every day, and you also have to be distraction free. You'll never feel alone if you're doing online online colleges. You get a mentor who is there for you that you get to meet with at least once a week, if not less or more, depending on what you're going through and what you schedule. They're great to work with. I've been really lucky. I've got a wonderful one. There's the course mentor. If you're in a course and you're having some problems getting through it, always contact your course mentor. They're awesome. They know what they're talking about, and they're always very, very helpful. And then there's the communities. The communities are great. There's always so much information on the communities. And I have, over the years, have learned that, not over years, I'm sorry, over the months, that I have been able to actually contact people who are local to our area and be able to talk about, you know, some of the courses that they're in and such. So what will be expected of you to attend college and be successful? Do you have the time to attend college? That is like really important. If you are working full time, are you going to be able to fit in going to night classes, or will your boss be flexible to allow you to do some classes during the day? Or if you're doing your classes online and you're working full time, will you be able to give the time that is needed to be able to pass each term? WGU of Washington tells you that they want you to have at least 20 hours a weekend, and believe me, those 20 hours are actually more like 30 hours at times. So you want to make sure that you can be able to attend and have that time to be able to attend your college classes. Your level of technology is very important. You need to be able to work a computer. You need to be able to know programs like Word and PowerPoint. You need to be able to send an email. You'll need to be able to do research on the internet, and these are very, very important things. Can you afford school? School can be very expensive. There is a formula that I will give you in just a moment that will help you keep in mind how much you should be borrowing to attend school. Make sure that when you are setting up your financial information and either applying for loans, applying for loans through the government, or paying for cash, that the following things are covered. Books, supplies, and labs. These are and other things that might go along with it. These are very, very important. If you pay for school and then down the line it turns out you have to purchase a book and it costs you $200 to do it, or pay for a lab and it's $150, and you're not working full time, that could be a real hit to your income. So make sure that all these things are covered when you're in the process of getting your financial stuff set up. Student loans shouldn't be more than what you can afford. You shouldn't get out student loans for more than what you can afford or what you can pay back. According to Antonia Atkindu of the Huffington Post, your student loan should not be more than 10% of your gross income. One way to figure that out is that you divide your income by 12, you take 10% of that number, and then you multiply it by 100. This will give you a number of what you should be using when it comes time to figure out what you're going to pay for school, and try to keep within those ranges. What will be expected of you in your personal life? This is very important because your personal life is going to be affected big time by going back to school. Will your family and friends understand your commitment to school, and will they support you? That is huge. You've got to have that support, or it's going to be really rough getting through school. Do you have somebody that will help you out with chores around the house, or cooking, or running errands, or helping out with the kids in the house, running them to their soccer or their baseball or their football if you have that, or if you have elderly parents that you're taking care of, do you have somebody that will be able to help run them around for their appointments and for their scheduled outings and such? But most of all, are you ready to make that 2+ year commitment? It's important that you feel that you're ready to do that, because it is a commitment, and you do want to follow through with it, and it's going to make you feel very successful and confident at the end. As with any other life change, returning to college requires a lot of thought and consideration, and it takes a huge investment of your time, energy, and resources. So you're going to want to remember all these things when you're putting together your whole thought process, because it will take a lot of time, and you want to be able to succeed, and you want to be able to succeed and be confident when you get done. You also want that confidence as you're going through it, because that helps get you through the courses, and it also helps bring you to your goal of graduation. I hope this was very helpful to you, and thank you very much for being here.